Hello everyone, welcome back to Exceptional Learning Experience, and this is Nidhi Mahajan. So today's topic is legumes or leguminous plants. That what are legumes or what are leguminous plants? So whenever the word legumes comes to our mind, eatables like groundnut, peas, pulses, clover, and tamarind, etc., they come to our mind. Okay, all right. We all have seen the examples that just I shared with you all. Say these are groundnuts, you all know. This is black gram, this is your soya bean, and this is your cowpea or lobia in Hindi we call it. Okay, and there are many other pulses also, green gram. Okay, all right, and yellow lentil. So all these are also your pulses, and they are your legumes. The plants are called legumes, and even these seeds can also be called legumes only. Okay, all right. So legumes or leguminous plants, they have something in common. Okay, they will have fruits in the form of a seed pod. I'll just show you some seed pods. This is the seed pod of a cowpea plant. Okay, all right, see, the cowpea is coming out of it. Okay, this is the mature seed pod, so cowpeas have come out of it. Okay, all right, I'll show you the green seed pod of a cowpea plant also. So this is again a cowpea plant seed pod. Okay, seed pod. Okay, and then I have a seed pod of a soya bean lentil also. Okay, so this is a seed pod of a soya bean lentil. So if I open it like this, so this is your soya bean lentil. Okay, this is your soya bean lentil that I just showed you in my plate also. This is the mature soya bean seed, and this is the green one. Okay, so these are your legumes. Then you are all aware of green lentil, that is green gram, moong ki dal जिसको हम बोलते हैं in Hindi. All right, see, so this was the seed pod, mature seed pod, and again look at this, right? Your green gram has come out of it. So you all have seen that, these legumes, their fruit is in the form of a seed pod. Okay, all right. Then their flowers look like butterfly. This is the flower of a cowpea plant. Okay, all right, I just showed you that. So this is the flower of a cowpea plant, so it looks like a butterfly. This is not open properly because my plant has almost faded, the season is over. So when it blooms, so it looks like a beautiful butterfly. And even the soya bean plant and your green lentil or your green gram also has, butterfly like flowers. Then what are these nodules? I've also written that they have nodules in their roots. Now I'm gonna show you something really interesting, and you'll say wow. See, this is the root of a cowpea plant. Okay, and you all can see that I have these knotty structures here. Okay, just see, aren't these beautiful? So these are called nodules. Okay, they form in the roots of leguminous plants only. And I'm not saying that every time all your legumes will have nodules, but most of them will have. Okay, all right. Now these nodules are the places where this rhizobium bacteria lives. Okay, I'll come to it a little later. Okay, so right now I have just told you that legumes have seed pods. Okay, they have butterfly like flowers, and they have nodules in their roots. Okay, where rhizobium bacteria lives. Now how are they beneficial to us? Why do we grow them? Okay, now the first point is that they are rich in protein. We all need protein to build our body. You all know that protein are body building stuff. Okay, so we need proteins to build our body. And where do we get these proteins from? We will get these proteins from legumes only. Okay, all right. Then another point I have written is nitrogen fixation. Okay, now what is nitrogen fixation? Students, you all are aware that nitrogen is present in atmosphere in the amount of say 78%. Okay, but we cannot use this nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. This nitrogen needs to get converted in such a form that we can easily use it for our bodies. Okay, for growth. And even plants need nitrogen, but they also cannot use this nitrogen directly from the atmosphere. It needs to get converted. So when this atmospheric nitrogen gets converted into something usable, that is called nitrogen fixation. And who does this role? Who plays this role for us? That is the rhizobium bacteria that lives where? It lives in the nodules of the roots of the leguminous plants. Okay, all right. So here the rhizobium bacteria lives and it takes the atmospheric nitrogen, it converts it into ammonia, and then we have some other bacteria in the soil that converts that ammonia also into nitrates and nitrites, okay, and then this gets absorbed by the plant for its growth, all right, and then we eat that plant and we get the protein. So are you getting it? How does this protein come to our body? We have got the protein from the plants only. And how has the plant got it? Plant has got it with the help of rhizobium bacteria that has converted the atmospheric nitrogen into the compound that the plant could have easily absorbed. Okay, all right, now what does these rhizobium bacteria get in return? All right, they are doing a lot of work for the plant. Okay, now this bacteria is also getting food and energy from the plant where it is residing. So cowpea plant I just showed you. So this cowpea plant is giving energy and food to the bacteria who's living here in the nodules, and the rhizobium bacteria is converting the atmospheric nitrogen into the useful nitrogen compounds that this plant can use for its growth. Okay, all right. So now another important point is of crop rotation. Okay, whenever we study social studies and even science, okay, this word crop rotation comes, and the moment it comes, the word leguminous plants comes into picture. Okay, it is always said that the farmers always grow leguminous plants after they grow maize or any other important cereal like wheat or rice. Okay, so they grow groundnut, they grow peanuts, they grow peas, they grow pulses after the major crop. Now what is happening? Why do they do it? When you have grown groundnut or when you have grown cowpea, the rhizobium bacteria are playing their part, isn't it? All right, the nodules will form in the leguminous plants only, and the rhizobium bacteria gets attracted to these plants. So here what will happen? That these rhizobium bacteria, what they will do? They will convert the nitrogen into useful compounds, and the soil will also become fertile, and the crop will also get benefited. All right, so when the farmer will grow the main crop again in the next season, the soil will have become fertile with the nitrogenous compounds. Okay, so this is how the leguminous plants are helping us a lot. So I hope students you have understood that what are legumes and how are they helping us out. So looking forward to see you again till we meet again.